So the majority of my research focuses on the concept of food insecurity. And this concept is easiest to define with examples, such as Mandy. She's 52 years old. She is a mother of 4, single. She has assistance from the government to help pay for her food, but she can't always secure a ride to the store. And so she will cut the size of her meal or skip her dinner to make sure her kids eat enough. Or Bill, 61. He lives in the city, so he doesn't have to worry about a ride to the grocery store, but he works construction, and sometimes the jobs dry up, so he has to stand in line at the food pantry to make sure to supplement his groceries. Or Marissa, she's 23. She has access to 2 hot meals a day most days of the week, but she's struggling to make do for the rest of her grocery budget, even with the occasional loan and the 2 part-time jobs that she's working. She also happens to be a University of Illinois student, and she's food insecure. And for some of you in the audience, you may be thinking of food insecurity and being a college student. That seems paradoxical, especially here at University of Illinois when the average undergraduate's parents' income is $150,000 a year or more. How can these children or these students be having trouble feeding themselves? But it's important to understand the distinction between food insecurity and income, particularly now with college student example where parents are now in a separate household than their children. And though food insecurity and income are obviously related, we know this, but there are things independent of income that predict food insecurity risks, such as education level or race, and recently, college student status. And so this has been a new area of research that's been burgeoning over the last couple of years, and there's been a number of studies conducted nationwide that are showing prevalence rates of food insecurity on campus ranging from 14% to 58%. And when university personnel see 58%, that's 1 in 2 students, they immediately want to do something about it. But the work that I've been doing as a PhD student is focusing on the accuracy in the way in which we measure food insecurity. As I mentioned, we're getting rates ranging from 14% to 58%, and that implies that there's obviously some inaccuracy there. In even samples here that we've collected on campus, we're seeing ranging prevalence rates of about 1/3 to over 40%. So we're working to understand more accurate ways to measure food insecurity. And this is because food insecurity is tricky to measure. You can't see somebody wearing a t-shirt saying, "I'm hungry," and blazon across the front of it, or diagnose food insecurity with a blood test. So we're conducting interviews to identify how individuals are interpreting these questions that are standard questions for measuring food insecurity, like I couldn't afford to eat balanced meals. And we just started these interviews last week, and this is incredibly important because these students are coming to campus hungry or not sure of where their next meal is going to come from, and we need to identify them accurately before they stop coming to class altogether. Thank you.